Hello everyone and welcome to Kikstartz. I'm Dr. Sushama the neurooccupational therapist. Today we have with us Dr. Sushama Nagarkar, who is a nationally certified school psychologist and holds a doctorate degree in special education. She has set up Yash Charitable Trust with a vision to create a space to live with dignity and respect for persons with disabilities. She's a resource person for Forum for Autism and works actively with families of persons with disabilities. Not only this, she is an advisory board member of Kikstartz, and today she is here to discuss with us about work policies of persons with disabilities. Thank you.
The notion of inclusive practices, whether in a workplace, in a school, or in an institute of higher education, um, is what we're supposed to do by virtue of the law. But it's not something that can be externally imposed and successful. Successful inclusion happens when those in leadership positions, wherever it is, value diversity. They value people who are far different from themselves, whether they have a disability or are of a different sexual orientation or different socioeconomic background, whatever the case may be. But they value the strengths that these individuals have, and they understand that the richness of the institution, the richness of the workplace, the richness of the school is only going to get enhanced because of all these diverse strengths that all kinds of individuals bring. So it's not something, the most successful inclusive practices are those when people who are in administration, in schools or leadership, as I said earlier, positions, um, just make it work. And it can be made to work. And the truth is, research will tell us that everyone stands to gain. It's not only the marginalized communities that gain, everybody gains. So, for companies to expand their workforce, to be more diverse, to be more inclusive, they should really seek the help of experts in those fields. So, there are those of us who have been working for a long time in the field of disabilities, um, who can be very good resource persons to the company, because every disability has certain needs, has certain requirements. There are ways that the workplaces need to be maybe modified or maybe changed, or just the expectations may need to change. And there are resource people out there. So, workplaces, companies should rely on those experts and collaborate, work together to create a more diverse and inclusive workforce. It certainly is the need of the hour, and it can be done. It's just a question of the right collaborations and the right commitment to making it so. The biggest problem for persons with disabilities is when they exit the school systems and don't have the option of going on to an institute of higher education. So we're talking about a really marginalized community among the disability groups. For them, vocational training after school becomes really, really important, but taking into account their own interests and what they would like to do. Um, we at Yash Charitable Trust believe we work off a strength model. So we believe that every individual has certain strengths and has certain areas that we can actually capitalize on in terms of providing them meaningful work. And therefore, we spend a large part of our time in the beginning just getting to know the individual, getting to know the person, and trying to find out what is it that they are really interested in. It may not have been something they've ever explored early on in their lives. So we do spend time to try to figure out what they'd be interested in doing in terms of work, and then start providing training if we have the wherewithal for that eventual work experience. And if we don't, then we refer them to outside agencies where they may get more meaningful activities. But it's a really critical piece that is just not paid enough attention to. A lot of times, parents will enroll their young people into skill development or vocational training centers, just as a way of keeping them busy and keeping them occupied. And that's really not the best way out for them, because don't forget, the individual has to be doing that for the rest of his life. So he really should be interested, motivated, and want to do whatever it is he's doing.